There a pressure to design.
Clients know exactly what they want now.
And your house should not be like a collection of references.
I totally disagree with that.
I want this project to be in AD.
Interiors need to be timeless.
For a digital validation or actually for an emotional resonance for the client.
Such a controversial topic for
Yeah.
all of us as designers.
What will you define the design decade in a word? So are you ready? Yes. And there's no gift hamper happening. Okay. Hi everyone, I'm really excited to host this panel today, which is slightly controversial, that whether we're designing for living experiences or for social media. And I was thinking about it as we were starting, and I said, as I was driving here, I was thinking, can you think of one thing which is beautiful and doesn't photograph well? Actually, it's not true. Anything which is beautiful will eventually photograph well. So I don't think the problem is in photographing or taking, videos of what you create. The problem arises in my mind is then when that starts driving you, and it's not your own style, habits, preferences that are driving it, but it's the algorithm that's really driving you to create things in a certain fashion. And, let's think about it honestly. Earlier, interior design, it was a decade of doing a certain style, right? 70s was very bohemian, 80s became all glam, 90s went completely minimal, then came in the 2000 modern, and after that, Pinterest and Instagram came, right?
Correct.
And I think what has happened to interior design is pretty much what has happened to fashion. It's become fast. It's become super fast. And I'd love to hear your thoughts around it. And as we go forward, hear your thoughts with it. And I'm going to start with you, Vidhita, asking you, is there a pressure to design for a digital validation or actually for, an emotional resonance for the client?
So I'll tell you, Rubeena, not for us actually, because frankly speaking, we've always kept our clients in the forefront while designing a space. For us, functionality plays the most important role. Then comes the personality of the client and the lifestyle, how they want the place to be felt. They should feel that connection, that emotional connect with the space. So for us, it's never a particular thing that we are pressurized by the validation of social media. And of course, our style is that we do not follow any style. That's the thing. Like, we're not confined to a particular style. So be it any social media trend, be it the Pantone color of the year, we've never followed that. Trust me. Because see, every client is different, varies from one another. They have their own likings, their preferences. So there's no point following a particular trend, right? So that's why the pressure has never been there. And on other hand, if we post something aesthetically on Instagram, it's purely because of our passion towards it, towards any kind of design. We want to attract larger audience, first of all, and then we want to connect and inspire the younger aspiring designer. That's the whole point, And as you mentioned earlier, if your designs are good, you take a picture from any kind of angle, it is going to look nice, right?
Correct.
So that's about it.
I'm going to move the conversation a little bit towards you, Asummi, and ask you that has the client's aspiration really changed? Are clients just sharing their requirements like they used to in those 12 days, or they're bringing in references of what they really want? Has that changed? Are you experiencing that?
So I feel one biggest, I would say, a boon because of social media is that clients know exactly what they want now. So the thing is, it's not about what is trending, and their requirements are in place. They know if it's a bar counter, they know exactly what type of bar counter they're looking at. So in a way, it helps us, because if you kind of send me so many different ideas, I know, okay, this is what you like and this is surely what you don't like. So that makes work very easy. So in that case, in that manner, if I look at it, the algorithm works well, because then that client is only looking at that cupboard detail or the locker detail or anything. So detailing wise, it works well. When it comes to concepts and ideas and trends, well, I believe in timeless interiors. I don't believe, it's not like clothes that you can keep changing every 6 months. Especially residential interiors is something that you spend so much money on that you can't keep changing it. So for
Correct.
that reason, I feel interiors need to be timeless, and that's what most clients eventually want. They might come up with trendy ideas, but when they understand you, they say, okay, let's get back to timeless works. So I think if you look at it that way, then you'll be happier using the social media options for your client.
Swathy, do you agree with that as well? Is it more so our clients like still having conversations which are more experience-led or more aesthetic-led?
So, Rubeena, like, firstly, I think, this whole topic, like you said, is such a controversial topic for all of us as designers. And, of course, I would say today it's almost like 100%, that the clients come more for a visual-led than an experience. But you know what? I think we all are like badgering social media a little too much. But the thing is that, social media is not creating bad designs. It's only, amplifying visibility.
Correct.
And so really what's happening with all of this is, like in those days, clients would probably have access to like, 5 relatives' homes, or they've traveled less, or they probably have like, few magazines that they look, and they're very, that's the limited idea they have. Today, the clients walk in with 5,000 Pinterest images to you at the first go, is it right? So I always constantly feel that, they are choosing us as designers because they believe that we are going to give them the experience-led through our strategical planning and thing. But what they want is the aspirational part. So what we really ask, the first question to our clients after we hear them out is, what is it that you want to live, and what is it that you are living? So there is an aspirational and there is an intentional living, and the combination of which is what we as designers have the responsibility to do it.
Do you think social media has democratized design, like they said before, or has it made it more homogeneous?
Certainly. I mean, social media is there, so is the visual noise.
Yes.
Everybody is doing a same walk, And your house should not be like a collection of references. It should be where you actually feel. Most of the clients I work with, and they basically come with references with what they like. They have traveled, so they stay in nice hotels, they stay in nice Airbnb. They like that. But that does not mean they will like it after 5 years.
Correct.
And they might not even know if that's actually what they like it for a longer period of time, or it's just for the moment. Because your house cannot be for a moment.
Correct.
It has to be a longevity there.
Correct.
So I think the same way, as I said, your house should not be like a collection of references. It should be like, a thing which actually makes sense to you.
Correct.
And if it's for a well photographed place, why not? I mean, go to palaces. I was recently on a travel. I was experiencing a 300-year-old heritage property.
Yes.
Things are so neatly done. There is a vintage Louis Vuitton trunk which is kept there. And I happened to meet the owner. And I asked him, like, do you usually keep this, or is just for the place? Like, no, we have actually kept it for a longer period of time. I mean, why not? I mean, if it's your house, you feel welcome about it and feel good about it, go with it. But not just for the camera all the time.
Gets me to my next question, that when you're designing for your clients, how do you add in their personality, in their homes? What do you do? What are the things that you do to add personality to their home so that feels personal as their home and not another nicely designed space for both living experience and aesthetic that you would for another client?
Correct. So as Kushagra mentioned right now, there are clients who come to us very often these days. It's happening. They come with the similar type of materiality and design concept. It's more often the beige style, I would say. Frankly speaking, it's all
I don't want the
over.
clutter. I just want beige.
I just want the beige and things like
and
that.
no clutter.
Yeah,
That's
no
the
clutter.
one.
Yeah.
They're simple people.
So when these things come in, first we talk to them and start counter questioning very gently and ask them, why do you gravitate towards the muted concept? What is the reason?
Correct.
And then after that particular point, we start questioning them about their experiences or emotional connection. So after that, the same person who had earlier mentioned that I like beige interiors, now is opening up and saying, I am fond of deep reds. I am fond of vintage accessories. Like there's so many things where they kind of open up to you. So that's where our whatever thing comes up, and you have to be skillful about it.
Yes.
How assertively you speak to your client,
Correct.
you know, that's the main point of view. And then we start designing according to their personality.
You know, but how does interior design today accommodate for that? How much of it accommodates for that, and how much of it really, and Kushagra did say that there's somebody else who created perhaps a beautiful design which photographed well, had a lot of shares and maybe saves. But how do you kind of get the balance right between that?
So I'll tell you what I do is I spend at least an hour or so with the client the first time, and I unknowingly, like the client doesn't know, but I kind of scan them top to bottom, see what they're wearing. See, is that person wearing a lot of brands? Is that person wearing a subdued brand? Is that person loud? Is that person colorful? How's the hair done? Does the person wear a certain bag? Now from that I judge the woman and the man of the house.
Yes.
That gives me a definition of what they really want. Sometimes you don't know what you want, but what you wear shows the world what you really are. So I look at it like that. And then with respect to that, I always say, you know, a husband and a wife sleep on the same bed, produce children together, but do not have the same choices.
True. Again, a controversial question. Okay. And the thing is, how do you compete? How to get a functional space? Let's say you have a client, you've understood their client, and that's what we talked about, and you design something which is for them, which is functional, which will suit their personality, compete, you know, with a beautifully designed space, not absolutely functional, and especially in this, you know, attention-seeking economy, and we live in it. I mean, we can't run away from it. This is how the environment is. It's not like one of us can say, I'm not going to be part of it. We all have to be.
Correct.
You know, so how do you kind of
So
do that?
like, you know, like just saying what you said right now, I think today we kind of judge design the way we judge it, the way we judge social media. We are very, you know, it's visual, instant and quick in our judgments. But really a functional space, right, is something that is it's a more long-term basis that we look at into a entire design of things, right? And so literally what I've realized is, you know, that functional space is mandatory. Like a well-designed kitchen looking beautiful, but if it's not functionally designed, correct, is gonna, you know, the whole purpose is lost. Or even if you look at like, you know, a retail space where, you know, you're not going to give them enough storage for their, you know,
Okay, let me ask it differently. Let's say there's an empty wall and there's a beautiful bench that you see and it could look very nice there versus giving more storage there. What would you choose?
So, you know, this is always a very, very controversial thing that we do.
Aesthetic, right? Like,
but, you know, what I tell them is there is something called as a primary spaces in a home, and then there are secondary spaces in a home. So we have this all the time. So I have a lot of Marwadi clients who I design for. So they come to me saying, Swathy, if you're not giving us storage, we don't need a house, okay? So literally, this is the first brief that's given to us. But, you know, this is where we slowly tell them that the first initial part, like your foyer, your balcony and your living room, let it speak of aesthetic. Let that be the best that, you know, any space can give. And then
that's an honest answer.
Yeah, and then you take the secondary into all the concealed storages. We put it out in the secondary spaces. But, you know, Rubeena, the most important thing that, you know, a functional aspect of a house, let's take something as simple as a HVAC, right? I have seen that, you know, designing that is so important for the aesthetics of a space, which people don't realize. Clients come to us after doing all of this, right? And I'm like, it's killed my ceiling heights. It's killed my curtain heights. The direction of the throw is pathetic. And you're going to pay more for it because the volume of the AC required is more. And I'm like, when you walk into a 5-star hotel, why do you feel so amazing? Is because every functional aspect is taken care along with the aesthetic being the plastic surgery that we call to the whole space. So there is a spinal cord. So the spinal surgeon does everything. And then you have the aesthetic. So I think it's a fine balance between
Basically, it's form follows function.
Correct. I don't agree with that too much, but
I'm loving that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think form follows function, but I think it's how we balance the two in its own importance. Like, I think
why do you
both
think
needs
form
to have-
follows function?
So I feel, you know, if the services are right, according to me, services have to be right first. Then comes design, then comes aesthetics, and then comes everything else. If your services are not in place, you will never be able to satisfy the client after you leave the site. Because, I mean, if, like as you said, if the AC is not right, if the fan is not there, like I don't agree we are in Mumbai city where you need the fan, okay? And most architects on the name of aesthetics don't give fans. I totally disagree with that, because I think if you go to a house where nowadays, thanks to the way the architects are designing all the buildings which are glass facade, it's so freaking hot.
It's like an oven.
And then you don't give them a fan. So that person is going to hate you after a while. Unless and until we are living in a place like Dubai where AC is on all the time.
Correct.
So one needs to understand what is my real requirement.
But today I'll tell you what the form that we so call, right, for the function, it's changed drastically. Today even services have evolved itself into, like today if you look at an automation plate, it's no more technical. You can customize it, you can make it to what you want. So really, aesthetics is the key. I mean, let's all agree, like, that no matter what, we are designers, we are in the luxury segment of the world, and we are giving them a lifestyle, which not just in terms of form or function, in both ways, they need to feel luxurious.
Like, I'm going to ask you this question, and because you work with, you have many stories, I'm sure, which you told us off the camera as well, but I'm now going to ask you to open them right on camera. But you think designers are today pushed to create viral moments and designing for that than actually clients? Do you see a lot of that happening more than it used to previously happen?
Yeah, it is there. Young designers, they are in a race of going viral.
Yeah.
Correct.
Everybody wants to be viral with their design.
Sure.
Everybody gets their first project and like, I want this project to be in AD. That's my motto.
Yeah.
But that's not what the client wants. That the client is not even okay with the budget for that this thing, right?
Yeah.
So no, you can't have a viral moment in your first initial phases. Fine, there will be a time you will have everything in place, your design in place, the budgets are in place, the perfect client. But forcing a design or a client to have that thing,
is not correct.
Yeah.
It's not.
Then you see the repetitive patterns. Everybody is doing cane. Everybody is now having chettinad pillars in their home, which does not make sense. Everybody is going with white walls, brown furniture.
Correct.
Where is the,
soul of it,
where is?
Okay, so I'm going to ask each of you one final question, and you have to choose one. Just one word answer, okay? This is like no explanation, and you can't say both. Okay, and the question is, 3 years from now, what do you think will define this era of design which is shaped by social media? Is it going to be democratization of the aesthetic, or is it going to be dilution of originality?
I would say dilution of...
Dilution. What do you think?
I would say democratization.
Democratization.
I would say dilution.
Dilution. For you, Vishal?
Maybe not dilution of originality, because we are again
dilution.
So I think
okay.
I'll go with dilution.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing your thoughts. And just before we end, I'm going to ask you all quick questions. No thinking. Have to give honest answers. Maybe we'll try to do 5 with each of you so that we can get some honest answers, And let's go with it. So you're ready?
Yes.
And there's no gift hamper happening. Okay. Let's start. Okay.
Sure.
So one design trend that you secretly hope disappears.
I said it before, the beige thing,
Okay, fair enough. One word that defines good design.
Comfort.
Comfort. Minimalism or maximalism?
Minimalism. Maximalism.
Maximalism. Okay. Texture or color?
Color.
Color. Okay. And one thing every home needs more of?
The daylight, fresh air, and more openness.
That you can't control, right? Like,
Yeah, of course.
One thing that every home needs more of?
I said that before, comfort, storage spaces, things like that. Yeah,
Okay.
storage.
Okay. One it doesn't need.
Sorry?
One thing every home needs less of.
I think less of wall panels.
The wall panels, okay. A design rule you love breaking.
The colors.
Colors, okay.
Bold colors, I love it.
Okay. So the neutral tones you love breaking, right?
I love breaking the
neutral tones. That's what you're saying. What matters more, comfort or aesthetic?
Aesthetics.
I love it. You're honest. Okay. One object that makes a house feel personal.
I think bringing back your heritage.
Bringing your heritage. Love it. Okay. If Instagram disappeared tomorrow, what would happen?
I think design will become more honest.
Okay, fair. Very. I love your answers. Very from the heart, not from the mind. Okay, moving to you, Asummi. Timeless or trend aware?
I believe totally in timeless.
Luxury, is it an emotion or an expense?
Emotion.
Not expensive?
No, I think anything that is emotionally run, you'll be able to afford it somewhere or the
Okay.
other.
Designed or collected?
Collected.
It won't look cluttered?
No, not really. If it's put in the right manner, it will not look cluttered.
Okay. Perfect or personal?
I like personal spaces.
So not perfect. Okay. And last one. Most overused word in interiors today?
Overused word. Well, I don't know. I cannot think of any overused
Come
word.
on!
I would say
There's so
curated.
much.
No, I think people just use this word. I want curved spaces. I want organic spaces.
Curved organic.
Okay, and arches all the time.
Curved organic arches. Okay. Good one. Thank you. Kushagra, with you. One thing social media improved about design.
I don't think so. There's anything social media has improved upon.
Okay.
Social media has not improved.
Well, okay.
I
What
really
did it
love
ruin?
frankly.
The same thing, references. So much of visual noise is there.
Okay, visual noise. A space you'd rather feel than photograph.
A space,
That you'd rather feel than photograph.
if it's emotionally content. If the space is emotionally content, you feel comfortable. I think
No.
that's...
What is the kind of thing that you would like to feel rather than photograph? That's my question.
I think a good couch.
A good couch. Okay.
If it's not a sleeker one where you just take...
Okay.
Has to be comfortable.
Yeah.
Okay. One trend that won't age well.
Minimalism.
Minimalism. Okay, and the last one is, what will you define the design decade in a word? This design decade,
Chaos.
Chaos. Okay. Thank you. That was like the perfect one to end it. Thank you very much. I think it was a fun conversation
you.
and an
We had
honest
fun as
conversation.
well.
I really enjoyed
Putting
it.
this together. I mean, it was a fun
Yeah.
and a very honest round.
Not a controversial one.
Not a controversial. Yes.